welcome to Science and Sorcery, where tonight we are not playing Dungeons and Dragons, but we're still science communicators. Right? Just checking. Yes. My name is Dagmar, I am your host, and tonight your game master, and I am joined, as always, by my wonderful friends Sam, Alex, and Khalil, who are not the people you usually associate them with. They are, in fact, small, cuddly animals. And they just don't look like them. So you're gonna have to use your imagination just a little bit. Tonight, we are playing a game called New Jeans, Please, which is a game written by Khalil and Shamini Bundell from the RPGeeks. If you don't know the RPGeeks, what are you doing here? How do you not know the RPGeeks? They are friends of ours. They also do a science D&D stream on Wednesdays, usually. But this game, like I said, is not Dungeons and Dragons. It is New Jeans, Please. And New Jeans, Please is a very, very fun game where the players are cute, cuddly animals, or at least kind of useless at the beginning. I'm going to tell them a little story. They're going to have to solve some challenges, and at any point they can ask for New Jeans, Please. And when they do, you, the audience, will be able to communicate through the tannoy system of the workplace that these animals work in, what animals' genes they should take on. Players will also be allowed to come up with suggestions. They will then roll a 6-sided dice, and depending on how well they roll, we'll see what kind of genes they end up with. So by the end of the stream, they should all be horrifying monstrosities. Looking forward to seeing what this ends up looking like. But that is the gist of the game. Did I forget anything there in the rules? No.
No.
No. I don't think
so.
If we forgot something, it'll come up at some point.
Oh,
we're gonna have
the rolling for the tasks.
Yes. If there is a task that they might not automatically succeed at, I will also make them roll, just because otherwise things might be too easy for them. And a little hamster that's just gotten gibbon arms shouldn't be able to use those gibbon arms to do ridiculous things immediately. Not saying that any of our players are hamsters, actually. You watch the intro video, you might know what kind of creatures they are. But do you all want to just introduce your animals before I tell the audience where it is you all work? Yeah.
Cool, I'll go first. I am Balthazar. I am a domestic rabbit. Brown and white and cute and very cuddly. And yeah, I just realised was that I need any paper tonight. And I'm going to need paper. No, I am. Otherwise, I'm not going to remember all of the evolutions that I go through.
Oh, yes, yes.
Playing this before.
To write those down.
I am just opening a Google Doc for that very reason.
Yeah. But yeah, Balthazar, domestic rabbit, doesn't play well with others.
Very good. Alex, what about you?
Tonight, I am playing Potat Bravas, who is a Pyrenean Desmond, which they're kind of like a water shrew type thing that live in the Pyrenees.
And I'm going to be playing Siri, who is a little Brazilian swimming crab. So these are little crabs, and their backmost pair of legs are flattened into little flippers, so they can actually swim through the water. And they've got tiny little claws, but they're very sharp. And so Siri is always worried about damaging stuff with his little claws.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that name because I have a speech impediment.
If you can pronounce, feel free to pronounce it like the Apple personal assistant.
Yeah, it's gonna. Well, it'll be Siri, but it just can't do the R properly.
That's fine.
Sam's fired already, which is astonishing.
That's a personal record, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we might get a Velocilobster. If anyone gets good rolls, you might turn into a Velocilobster. So, but again, this will be partially up to the viewers. I hope my volume's better now. I did turn it up slightly, but let me know if that isn't the case. All right, so where are we? Why is this called What We Do in the Shallows? Well, the point is that our friends Balthazar, Patat, and Siri all work in a place called the Shallows. And I told them this was an aquarium. But when I played this game at the big conference a couple of weeks ago, it was pointed out to me by the players that it doesn't make a lot of sense for animals to work in an aquarium where other animals are locked up. So this isn't actually an aquarium. It is a prison for aquatic criminals. And you are prison guards. Which means really you're the bad guys.
Okay.
Wow, this is going to take some real role playing. We're going to have to put ourselves on the other side.
We are recreating the Stanford prison experiment live
grab the
on
bastard.
camera.
I feel like one of us should have been a capybara now. Like one of us should have been a capybara.
There's still time.
I didn't want to reveal this because I wanted to see your reactions on screen. But yeah, one of you should have been. But there is a capybara. The audience are the capybaras in this situation, as the audience are the prison wardens, and they never want to leave their cushy office. They just want to chill up there, and whenever there's a problem, they'll communicate with you over the tannoy or over your little mics. And you deal with it. They're not going anywhere. And it is, you're a little bit sick of them. Let's be real. Your bosses are terrible. You hate your jobs, but you're also all assholes because you're prison wardens or prison guards. At this prison called the Shallows. And it's been a very, very, very long day. And you're so excited, your shift's about to end, and you're all talking about what it is you're gonna do when you get home, what you're gonna eat, what you're gonna watch on TV that night. And as you've almost reached the last door, suddenly the lights flicker before the power goes out completely. You can't see anything. Unless some of you are nocturnal, in which case you might be able to see.
City bumps sideways into the door.
It is an automatic door, and it is not opening.
Oh no. I was really looking forward to going home and sifting through some sand for edible particles.
What is going on here?
I had like such a nice salad prepared, and it's gonna be like wilted by the time I get back. It's not good.
Can everyone give me a boost up so I can see what's going on with the door? Can I go on your head, Balthazar?
Just to quickly clarify the point,
Yes.
is this prison to scale with us, or are we like...
No. You are
Okay.
all quite small for...
Okay.
Because the doors have to be big enough to bring in, like, whale sharks.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
gee.
cool.
Okay.
And, like, the largest of your fellow employees is probably something, like, orangutan-sized. So it's about orangutan-sized door.
Okay. Is there a handle or a control panel or anything at
There is...
crab height?
There is, yes, but it's black. There's nothing on it.
Okay.
It is not functioning. And as you're trying to figure out what's going on with the door, you suddenly the tannoy clicks on, which you know runs up on the backup power. But it's only a small generator, so it's only able to keep the essentials going. And you hear from one of your bosses, one of the Cappy Barbarians, go, "Hey, power's gone out. Can you go to the circuit room, figure out what's going on?"
As I always do as a rabbit, at a sudden noise, I sprint into a wall. Like,
we're not able to communicate with the. It isn't a two-way tannoy.
It's a two-way. You've got little like two-way.
Okay.
Okay.
It is a two-way system. It's unclear how this works. I'm not a technical person. Just
Okay.
assume it works. You're all
Apparently,
sentient
I am
animals.
nocturnal.
Okay, so you can see.
Yes.
what do you see?
I mean, there's nothing different about the hall. It's just dark.
So wait, so is the power room beyond this door?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so Potat, you can see, right? Do you want to lead us to the circuit room? I would say hold my hands, but be careful. They are quite sharp.
How large are you?
City is about the size of a bit smaller than a tennis ball.
I'm not entirely clear how big a Desmond actually is. Okay, I am about 20 centimeters long. You might be able to ride. You could probably ride on Balthazar's bag.
No, not happening.
I'm you know, I can keep pace. I just
Okay, what I will do is I'll like slap my tail as we go, so you can just follow the sound of my slapping tail.
okay. You hear a scuttling behind you as I scuttle.
All right.
I'm just kind of hopping along nice and quietly.
Yeah. You know exactly where the circuit room is. So it doesn't take you long to find your way there, even though it is dark. You've all worked here for years. You know where you're going. But when you get there, the door to the circuit room is not opening. And this is a manual door, but something seems to be blocking it.
We are vexed again. I apologize for any Spanish people listening.
I was tempted
Just
to
wait
do the
until
entire
French
show in
accent
Portuguese.
starts happen.
I was tempted to do the entire show in Portuguese, but I thought that might
Do
be
it.
not
I
very acceptable.
considered the French accent, but I didn't think I could hold it for the whole show. So,
So the door, there's something blocking it. Is this a sliding door or push and pull?
This is a pushing door. So or
pushing
push and
door.
pull, so yeah. And it's not you're pushing it and it's not budging.
are there any vents that we can clamber through?
There are vents. There are none none nearby this door, and you wouldn't know if you got into the vents how to then get to the storeroom. And they're in the ceiling, so you'd have to get up to the ceiling first.
Aí, não conseguimos abrir a porta. Então, vamos precisar de new jeans, por favor.
Okay, what kind of new jeans would you like?
Either something bulky enough to break down the door, or something big enough to kind of tall enough to reach the ceiling, so that we can go through the vents.
Okay. Chat. As the prison wardens, as the Cappy Barbarians, what jeans do you think Siri should get? We'll pause for a moment to take suggestions. Players are also welcome to come up with specific suggestions.
So
I'm going to think of suggestions. Yeah.
Give him
something
a tail.
bulky.
Just any tail? We can do that. Might not be helpful.
I think he should have like buffalo shoulders.
Buffalo shoulders.
I'm thinking pistol shrimp arm. That's a pretty good one.
Oh yeah. Then
You can go
I'd
with like
have
a sonic boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then I'd have like one little scissor hand and then one
And
kind
one
of sonic boom pistol hand.
Yeah.
That's metal.
You'd be like
okay.
the Pokemon Clawitzer.
Let's hope I roll well then.
Yeah, alright. Give me a roll and
That's a 6. Yes.
And you focus so hard on your cousins, the pistol shrimp. You hate your cousins. They're such assholes. They're always doing those sonic booms and scaring you.
They're so loud.
They're paralyzing you, and then you're stuck, and then they draw a mustache on your shell, and it's just, they're the worst.
You know, there's like always some relatives you can't get drunk around because they'll prank you. Yeah.
But they do it even when you're sober. They're just assholes. But you think about them really hard, and suddenly it's like a popping sensation. And you look, and oh my god, you have a pistol shrimp arm.
I'm still kind of.
You're still
the tennis ball.
yeah, you're still the size of a crab. Yes.
Okay. Well, if someone can get me up to the hinges, then maybe I can pop some of them out with a bit of a, you know. I've seen my cousins do it all the time.
Can I request some hummingbird wings?
Ooh, Patat wants new jeans. Hummingbird wait, so you want to be able to fly up so you can carry Siri up to the hinges?
Yes.
Okay.
when you get hummingbird wings, does that impact on your metabolism? Because hummingbirds like need to feed constantly, or you'll just die.
Hopefully, there's a vending machine in the server room.
Yeah. I mean, I might just have
lots of sugar water.
I mean, I will also. I was thinking wings that would allow me to like hold
Hover.
to hold. So if Jack has any other like suggestions that would also achieve that without me dying of sugar withdrawal,
You'd be like a dragonfly or something.
A hoverfly. It's in the name.
A kestrel.
A kestrel, yeah, a bird of prey of some kind. Chat, what does the chat think? What should
dragonfly
Patats aim for?
Ooh, what else?
A web shooter so you can hoist
shooter.
yourself up.
Sugar glider.
Sugar
glider
gliders
kind
need
of.
to jump from something high, though,
Yeah.
in order to glide. And they don't hover, which is...
Random aside of like living in the West End of Glasgow, I once went to a house party where someone had a sugar glider, and it was very, very surprising to walk into a house and be hit in the head by a flying squirrel, like just like swooping across the room.
the way you phrase that made it sound like it's an innate part of Glasgow that just happens sometimes.
It's quite it's a weird posh bit. So
yeah,
like, you can get away with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't just have like an infestation of flying squirrels.
No, just your regular old
yet.
like. Not yet. The greys are keeping out the reds, and the next is the sugar gliders.
The sugar gliders kill the greys, and then the reds come back and kill the sugar gliders, and it's just an endless circle.
In South London, we're
right.
all parakeets.
Yeah. It's similar to those parakeets. An infestation of posh twats.
Yeah. Alex, go ahead and roll for your dragonfly wings, I think.
Okay, let's go for my fancy. My fancy is D6. That will be a 2.
Yeah, you think so hard about all the beautiful flying creatures you've seen, and you feel something. Something's happening! They're Drosophila wings.
What, sorry?
To scale. Drosophila fruit fly wings, and they are to scale for a fruit fly.
Okay.
So you look a little silly.
I mean, can you even see them through my fur?
You know, you can feel that there's something new there, but it's more like, it's kind of like when you get a pimple on your back. It's just a little uncomfortable.
But it's 2 of them symmetrically.
Yeah.
Do I have the little
almost like reverse nipples, but wings.
Reverse. Well, we know some flies actually have nipples on their eyes. There's one of my friends at the museum did a video about it recently. I don't know more about it though. I should have done my research. I should have done my research on fly nipples.
I'm gonna have to go and like tweet at Erica McAllister after this, being like, What's that all about?
Well, I think if you check it out on the YouTube channel, I think there's a little video on that.
We're just doing plugs for the Naturalist Museum's YouTube channel at this point.
So
only on Science D&D Twitter could you get a comment that just says "Hell yeah, flies."
Could I please try and punch a hole in the bottom of the door just so that we can see what's on the other side?
Yeah, go ahead and.
So I'm gonna cock back my thumb.
Make a roll for that. Yeah.
4.
Yeah, you managed to. So you're aiming right at the corner. You decided, you know what? That's where it's gotten like the most times people have hit it or something, and it just punches right through. It's a small hole. You being the smallest, you might just be able to fit through it, but Balthazar and Patat aren't gonna fit. And you can see into the server room. It is also dark inside the server room.
Okay.
So at this point, I would like to get some new jeans, please, to be able to see in the dark. I'm not enjoying being stuck in the darkness.
All the noises keep frightening you.
Yeah.
Especially this latest one, you've run into another wall.
Yeah, I'm a bit dazed.
The sonic boom, yeah.
I'm thinking Tarzir eyes.
I'm sorry, what?
Tarzir.
Ooh. That's terrifying thinking about those in a rabbit. Chat, any suggestions for creatures that can see in the dark that you want to see combined with a cute rabbit?
What about the eyes of some kind of deep sea fish?
I thought they just gave up on it.
I love that every time we ask for, can we get eyes from a creature or something, we get suggestions for different things that could solve the problem, which is actually really cool. Echolocation is being suggested.
I feel like that's what will happen if I get a one. With these giant ears that are just being bombarded.
Yeah, deep sea fish are an option. Tarzir,
eyes.
Anglerfish lure, so you've got your own little light.
Yes.
Oh, it sprouts out of my head.
Yeah. A lot. There are quite a few crustaceans that can see like in a broader spectrum than we can.
Yeah. If you can tell me if your family of crabs can do that, then I will allow it. But
I don't think Protunidae can.
A crab spurt.
I don't think a crab
spurt.
It's like mantis shrimps that can see like way more colours than us. Like
yeah.
So the audience want long eye stalks, or anglerfish.
I'm not sure how that helps.
I don't know how eye stalks help either. But
I really love the idea of like the anglerfish light on the face of a bunny.
Okay.
Yeah. Shall we go with that? All right. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, what were we gonna say?
It's a one to get the teeth. No. If it's a one, you get the vestigial mail hanging off your butt.
It's a 6.
Okay, yeah, you're so done. It's dark. You want to go home to your salad, and you're not even trying to get new jeans, really. But suddenly you open your eyes, and there's just a light dangling in front of your face, and it moves every time you move your head.
This is gonna make being back in the burrows quite difficult when I get home.
You can get a surgical amputation.
You'll be like the Rudolph of rabbits.
Yeah.
Hated and
famously shunned.
Marginalized.
Until Christmas, when we union bust Santa.
You're useful.
Sorry, could I borrow that a sec?
What for?
I'm just going to pop in here and have a quick look around.
So,
in answer to the art question, yes, if I have enough spoons.
Please don't give Alex more work. Alex does too much already. Redbubble's shop updates yesterday.
What do you want me to do? Put a shade on it when you go to bed. What do you want me to do with this light? Like, how are you going to borrow it?
Well, I can fit through the little hole, and maybe your light can fit through the hole, and then I can come back and tell us what's on the other side.
So I just need to stick the light through. Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah, maybe I go through first, because otherwise I'll have to squeeze past it, and I don't want to hurt you.
Okay, yeah, sure. I don't think it was. Yeah, fine.
Okay, I kind of carefully squeeze through the little gap sideways.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then you pull the light in after you?
Incredibly carefully, because the one hand that isn't a gun is scissors. So, and like
rock, scissors, gun.
City have like sharper claws than most other like crabs. I've actually got a scar on my foot from one. So like they'll make a real clean slice if you let them.
Yeah. Okay. So you're in the circuit room now, and there is light, and you can see all the fuse boxes and everything. And the main fuse box is it's open, and it's smoking slightly.
And what's in front of the
cables, door? In front of the door, it's not actually in front of the door itself. It's like hanging down from the ceiling. The big vent that's in the ceiling towards the ceiling vents has been opened, and there's something really heavy attached to it, like a big rock almost, that's pulled the vent down, and that's hanging in front of the door. right by the door handle.
Okay, so there's a big heavy thing hanging from the open vent, and there's
Yes.
the main circuit box.
It's destroyed. Yeah, you're not gonna fix this.
What do you
Like,
say?
this needs an engineer.
I scuttle over to the hole again. And say, well, the junction box is completely fucked. And there's something hanging from the vent here. Can you make your light any brighter? Sorry, I don't know. I know you're new to this. So am I. It's a big shape. I can't tell what it is.
I don't know if they can control the quality of the light.
You've got just like a dimmer switch on your back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You lick a battery.
I think the anglerfish light comes from luminescent bacteria in the light itself, so it can't really be dimmed unless you kill the bacteria.
See, okay, slight tangent here, but just my assumption is like something comes in and all the like wires are wrecked. Is like I can think of an animal that does specifically do that, and it's a bit of a problem. Stone martin.
Don't think too hard in terms of realism, Alex.
I know. I'm just inserting science facts here. Okay. That's a problem with is either stone martins or beech martins? I can't remember which. But there's like a thing where in Germany they come in and like eat all the electronics in cars, and it's like a big issue.
Delicious electronics.
Yeah.
Tasty. It's not. It hasn't been eaten. It has just been something. Just like cut all the wires up and then beat the electrical box.
Okay, something cut all the wires. It wasn't me.
Okay.
It was like this when I got here.
So, can the overlords hear us, or can they only communicate to us?
So they can hear you only when they're pressing the tannoy button.
Okay.
So you haven't heard anything from them since they told you to go check it out. But it's not been that long yet. It's been maybe 15 minutes.
Should we just all go home? Oh, sorry.
You can't. The doors
go
are
out.
the doors are all shut.
Are any of you electricians?
I am not.
No. Handyman generally, but not with electricals. Very, very kind of wood and earth.
I would like to request new jeans, please.
Okay. Patat, what kind of jeans would you like?
I would like to request the jeans of an electric eel to power the circuit without.
If you were gonna say electrician, I was gonna be really upset.
Or one of those electric rays. Just something that does electric.
Yeah, a weekly electric fish of some variety. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I'll let you roll for that. We don't necessarily need audience input on
Okay.
that one.
Which dice should I go for? We've got 4 here, which is feeling lucky
The one
considering
that
my
looks
last.
most like electricity.
Do I have a? I've got a soda light one. That might do. That's blue.
Yeah.
1.
Potat
So
is
your
not having a good
wings-
day.
Your wings, which they're so small, but they're also really close together because again they're proportional to
Yeah.
Drosophila wings. Have been rubbing together with the hair on your back quite a lot, and you're trying to think. You're thinking of these genes. You're thinking of these electrical fish genes, and suddenly you just feel this like little zap, and you're like, "Oh my god, it happened!" But it's just the static that's worked up on your back, zapping you.
So I don't even get a new gene.
No,
Weak.
you were just vibrating, and yeah.
So how big is this hole in the door?
The vent is actually quite large over here. It is. It would easily fit any of you. It is actually. You know that the electrician who usually works here is a gibbon, so it's big enough to fit a gibbon because sometimes she has to go up there to fix things.
And the hole that I currently have my light sticking through?
That is not gonna fit you.
Okay.
There is another vent which you assume is connected to the vents in the electrical room, in the hallway where you are. But it's up on the ceiling. You need
What
to
are
get
the
up
walls
there
made
somehow.
of here, by the way?
The walls.
Yeah.
They're like boring plaster.
Okay, but are they like brick or metal or anything underneath? Or wood?
I mean, we do work in a prison.
Yeah, it's
concrete.
Expect
it's concrete under them.
Isn't there an animal that like fucks up with concrete? I'm trying to think.
I think there's
Probably.
types of worms that can eat concrete. But I would like to request new jeans, please.
Yeah, go for it.
I would be able to like fly on up to this vent that's at the top of the.
All right.
The room.
In that case, we'll turn to the prison wardens, to our audience. What kind of wings should Balthazar, the anglerfish rabbit, get?
Ooh.
Don't
Chris
say
is
hummingbird.
Oh.
Using your rabbit teeth to chew the hole.
Oh, you can do that. There is now a hole that you could latch onto. That
Penguin
wings.
wings.
Penguin wings.
Chris.
So, like, how?
He'll get flightlet bird wings if he rolls badly. Don't worry.
So I guess like bat wings then, because that seems to work.
Yeah, bat wings is the most sensible of these options. I'm keeping the others in mind depending on how you roll.
3.
Barbecue chicken wings.
They don't work, but you're delicious.
3, you said.
Yes.
You do get bird wings that sprout out of your back, and for a second you're almost like an angel. And then you realize that they are chicken wings. So you can kind of flap about, but you're not great at going in specific directions or staying up in the air. And they do smell like barbecue sauce.
Barbecue chicken wings.
Okay.
Finger looking good.
Okay. Can I? So we're outside the control room still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm inside holding Balthazar's light,
You're
and you
holding
two are out.
Balthazar's light. Balthazar now has wings.
Okay. New jeans, please, and I want like beaver teeth or no, just some kind of digging teeth or like.
Okay, beaver teeth would work. Woodchucks, something like that.
Marmots, maybe.
Yeah.
Something with a good.
What about something with
wood.
like a really strong jaw, like a hyena or something?
Termites also eat wood.
Termites.
And they actually can digest lignin, which is shocking. Every time I think about termites. A woodpecker beak?
Oh, that could work. I mean, I wouldn't use my hilarious wiggly nose, which would be sad.
Yeah.
Unless the beak was on the end of the wiggly nose.
Or it's just sort of like retractable.
It's actually your tongue turns into the beak. It's really confusing. All right, the chat seems to want a woodpecker beak, so we'll
actually, eyes also have that kind of bark chewing technology.
The problem with the woodpecker beak is you don't have the cushiony neck. Your eyes would just vibrate out of your skull.
I was reading a thing the other day. Actually, apparently somebody actually did some science. Did you see the sun?
Yeah, they don't actually have it. Yeah,
they don't actually have.
They don't.
No.
Oh, that's weird. Well, it has been suggested in chat that the wiggly nose helps prevent a concussion. So if you get go high enough,
it's just like
we'll go with that. It's like a rubber hammer.
Yeah. Anyway, 4.
4. Okay, not good enough to get a woodpecker beak. But you do feel something weird in your jaw. And it doesn't seem noticeably different until you. And there's a lot more force there than there used to be.
Okay.
Your jaw's power seems to have increased. And it's gotten a bit bigger.
Okay, so I tried chewing my way through anyway, I guess.
Yeah. You do. It takes a bit longer than it would with a woodpecker beak, but you can make a hole large enough for you and Balthazar to go through.
Okay.
So do we know what animal part this is that has strengthened the Potat's jaw?
It is just a general gene for increased jaw strength, and not necessarily a specific animal that you can.
Yeah, maybe it's
tell.
like a regulatory gene for like
Yeah.
nose muscles or whatever.
Because I just
it's
have a
not-
really buff jaw.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you've just been chewing a lot of gum. Or
You look like
something,
Crimson
you know?
Chin from Fairly Odd Parents.
Yes. it's that gene. It's from him. Alright, you are now all inside the room, and you can see the thing hanging from the vent is a big sack. And you're not sure what's in it, but it's clearly really heavy, because it's blocking the whole door. Or at least blocking the door enough that none of you can get past it.
Wait, say, do you say it's hanging?
It's hanging from the vent in the ceiling.
Okay, you know how we can bribe our DM here? New jeans, please. I would like
Yes.
artifish spit.
You cannot bribe me like that, because Archfish don't have spit.
Or water jet bath.
Okay, why?
To, like, knock it down.
It is currently, it's tied to the vent, and looking at
Okay.
it looks like it got dropped onto the vent, and then the vent opened, and it swung down.
Who
Okay.
ties a sack to a vent?
From the inside of the vent.
Okay,
So-
I withdraw my statement then.
I like it, I just don't think it will help you in this situation.
Well,
So speaking of who ties a sack to event, Balthazar wants to find out. So I would like to request new genes, please, for some tracking smell,
Okay.
like a bloodhound or something like that.
I mean, I've
Alright.
already got a pretty good snoot for that, if that helps.
If you wanted to...
I don't play well with others, so I would like to do it myself.
Balthazar, go ahead and roll your dice. If Patat also wants to do like a check for tracks or something, feel free to roll a dice as well.
I'll do that. Okay. 5 for my
So-
check.
Am I rolling for a specific gene here, or are we going to the audience?
So you said Bloodhound, so we'll go with
We're
Bloodhound.
happy with
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
2.
Okay. You do get something, but it is a pig snoot. So
That's pretty good. I can like sniff out
I think
truffles.
Sam is getting the visually coolest
you-
option there.
you've got a bit of a cold. Whichever pig you got these genes from, it's just a bit congested.
Oh, do you know what would be the worst one to get? A Barabusa. With the stupid tusks that grow back into your own skull.
Like into its eyes.
There are no tusks. It is just a little pig's nose
Little
on
pig's
a
nose.
rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah. But Patat, you rolled a 5, so you... And it's hard to figure out that there is a scent that's out of place here, but it's mostly because it doesn't seem out of place, but it's not meant to be in this room, which you know at least. And you only notice it when you move further away from Siri, who also smells a bit salty, like the ocean. There is a distinct scent of something aquatic that's been in this room. And there aren't that many aquatic employees who would have reason to go into this room, especially not through the vent.
Other aquatic inmates.
There are a lot of aquatic inmates. You're in a prison for aquatic criminals.
Yeah, that will follow. Okay, but
There are
specifically,
mostly aquatic inmates.
like, what percentage of the inmates could simultaneously carry this sack and also fit in the vent?
You can't think of that many who could do both of those things, because this sack looks really heavy for any of the inmates small enough to fit in the vent. There are a few, but it's also possible that this was a group of inmates of the smaller variety. So other crabs, probably not fish, because it's a dry vent. Could have been mud skippers, though. Could have been mud skippers, those evil
Lungfish.
bastards.
Could have
Lungfish,
been-
exactly.
Otters.
Otters.
I mean, I as player have an idea. I'm not sure if Siri has an
Okay.
idea.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear player ideas as well.
I could be an octopus.
It could have been an octopus.
Hmm.
An octopus maybe if it's one of the bigger ones, might have been able to lug this sack.
But would it have needed to open up the vent if it was an octopus? It could have just squeezed through.
Well, it depends how big the holes are, because if depending
not
on the size of its beak.
They're not massive. The smaller octopuses might have fit through. The larger one, maybe not. Maybe just. You've not seen any of the octopus inmates do anything like that because they are in the most locked up cages that you can imagine. With there's like no way for them to access the lock.
I'm picturing
as a crab.
You go.
Could have been a crab of some variety. Could have been some kind
as
of
a crab,
crustacean.
octopus
As a
are
crab.
my mortal enemy.
Yes.
So I'm kind of glad. I and also as a prison guard, I kind of probably sometimes go to gloat at the octopus.
This is going to be like a load of whelks are our enemy.
Oh, did I not tell you Elizabeth Mills is coming? She's just playing a bunch of barnacles.
Yeah.
It's one barnacle with a really, really long appendage.
Like a gooey duck.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
So yeah.
so
Eugene, please. I would like tree frog thingies to climb.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you want the ability to climb. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for that.
2 again.
Does anyone know actually what the mechanic is for tree frog climbing? Like, are the pads sticky? Is that how they work?
It's a weird. It depends on the species, but if it's something like the traditional tree frogs that you would find, it's a surface tension thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's not necessarily sticky.
Right. Okay. But surface tension I can work with. Your feet, your little patat feet. I forgot what kind of creature you are. Pyrenean.
Desmond, yes.
Desmond, I was gonna say marmot. You're feeling changes. Changes are happening. It's finally gonna work. And you just start leaving slime trails everywhere.
I feel really bad for Patat. It's just like nothing has gone right.
Patat's doing his best. You do hear over the tannoy now, somebody turns on, and you hear one of the Cappy barbarians. Hey, you figured out what's going on yet? The backup generators won't last forever.
Some saboteur has been into the room and messed with the cables. That's turning French there at the end. I assume that's what a Pyrenean accent is. It's just sometimes Spanish, sometimes French.
Yeah, probably, right.
I would like to request. Oh no, on you go.
Yeah, no, the Cappy barbarian says, well, we'll get some electricians in there, but figure out who did that, would you? All right. And
We will try to do so.
I would like to request new jeans, please,
Yep.
for some legs that would help me to jump. These wings are
Okay.
useless. I would like to get higher towards
All right.
the sack.
Okay.
Grasshopper.
Grasshopper's an option.
Grasshopper's
Chat.
good.
What we got in the chat? Yeah.
What have we got in the chat for jumping legs?
But to be
I'm
fair,
thinking-
you're already a rabbit with wings. Like,
A rabbit with barbecue chicken wings.
Wallaby. I
Wallaby.
was thinking kangaroo, so wallaby, definitely.
Jumping spider.
oh, what's that
That really,
little beetle
like-
that kind of like flicks itself into the air?
Oh, a springtail.
Kangaroo
Oh.
rat.
Yeah.
Grasshoppers does sound good. I think grasshopper's probably the best of these, so that'll be the 6.
Also, it's
So
it's the weirdest because it's
Yes,
Yeah,
So
that was what I went
because it's
for.
a rabbit. Yes. So go ahead and roll, Sam. Balthazar, I should say.
A 2.
You guys, you're never gonna figure out who did this at
Nope.
this rate.
I think he
We're
just
gonna have
gets
to come
the
up with-
combs for making the noise.
I'm in a
I
prison.
think
It just sounds like a harmonica in the background.
I'm not even gonna narrate that because you've already come up with what's happened to Balthazar.
Yeah.
And because
Yeah,
Balthazar is is a prey
And
animal.
rabbits do rub their legs together sometimes, and just whenever they rub up against like the side of your body, now it just harmonica noises.
Are they no use for jumping then? Like, they're like just musical instruments.
They're just musical instruments.
But they're
Okay.
they're excellent for stridulation.
My friends, I have a counter pitch for you. We turn into like a big ass animal and just smash our way out and go home.
I mean,
Yes, you can try.
esse seria
It's
ótimo,
a lot
mas
of bullshit, to be honest.
talvez não tá possível, né? Então, novos jeans, por favor.
Okay, what kind of jeans would Siri like?
Siri would like something to make him really tall.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to leave it completely open to the chat, but
All right,
anything to
chat.
make me really tall.
Tall animals. Tell us about tall animals.
A shoe
It
bill.
might.
Oh God, Alex. Fired. Omens
Bird,
of death.
crossover.
I was thinking secretary birds. That was where my brain was going.
The irony.
Oh, if by the end of this none of you are buff secretary birds, I'm gonna be really disappointed. Okay, giraffe, but just the neck.
Or conversely, giraffe, but just the legs.
Daddy
Where
long
does it,
legs.
If it was a giraffe, but that's the thing. A crab, does a crab have a neck? So like,
Maybe a rat neck.
but where? Like where? Where did it fit?
Make him a millipede crab centaur. That wouldn't make him tall though.
Yeah.
Not long, tall. There's a difference between those things.
Okay,
chat.
I've heard of these weird animals. They are called humans.
Yeah, I heard
There's no
they're the
humans
worst.
in this world, Alex.
I heard they're the
Human
worst
genes-
aquatic criminals ever.
Yeah.
He would be tall if he stands up. You know
It's
what?
a crab with just two human legs sticking out the bottom. Like,
How about we have like
No
giraffe,
human genes.
millipede.
This is another rule I should have mentioned earlier. The millipede would be tall if he stands up. That is true.
so maybe
All right,
millipede
we'll go
is a 3-4.
giraffe legs for a success. Millipede legs if you roll mediocre, and it'll come up with something else if you roll shit.
Right,
You know what?
here
I
we
just
go.
remembered, just like when we've got giraffes in there. We were discussing this at Big Dagmar about giraffes
Yeah.
can't vomit, or it's
No, they
like
can't.
ill-advised.
Well, they
to
vomit. They vomit, but they vomit from one stomach into another, so it never actually
That was
comes
it.
up their face.
see,
Wow,
no,
that was it.
I'm imagining that to make it work, they'd have to have some kind of Gatling gun situation where just like pulsing all the way up.
That's a lot of reverse peristalsis. So
Yeah.
what did you roll, Khalil? Okay,
Yes, I'm a millipede.
you gain millipedes. Your crab legs kind of disappear. You still got your arms, but your legs kind of shoop into your shell and just your shell elongates, and now you're a millipede centaur crab.
Oh wow. Okay.
And you're a bit top heavy.
I mean, can I? If I try and walk towards the wall, can I like walk up it?
You have to go quite slowly and carefully, and you kind of need to lean forward and like put your hands on the like out in front of you, so you don't
Okay,
just
yeah.
topple backwards because
Yeah,
your
yeah.
pistol arm is really heavy. But you
Yes.
can make it up to the vent now. Yes. All right.
Can I? Yeah. I say, look out below, and I'd like to use my scissor hand to cut down the sack
Okay. You
so that
do.
my friends can see it.
These scissor hands.
It falls like a ton of bricks because it is actually filled with bricks. You are now up by the vent though, and looking into the vent. It is still quite dark, but you do notice a glint from where the light from Balthazar's anglerfish lamp it's kind of making its way up there. And there's a trail of something wet going from one side to where the vent was, and then a lot further along.
It was the Welks.
So to clarify, there's the vent and the trail is going only one direction, or it's going
The
both.
trail's going both directions, so it looks like
Okay.
it came from one way and it's going another way, and the way it's going, it looks like it's going towards the actual cells.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna kind of whisper down through the vent.
yeah.
Yeah, one of the inmates has definitely come through here. There's a wet trail.
Patat is also leaving a wet trail, but
Yeah,
that's different.
that's different.
Yeah, That's new.
Can
Is
I
there any
request,
kind of? Oh, go ahead.
can I request new jeans, please, and
Yeah.
make another attempt to get better wings? Like, I want to drop my chicken wings.
Okay. I'll
And get
let you
something
I'll let
better.
you do that. Yeah.
Or maybe you'll be a biblically accurate rabbit with like several sets of
With
wings.
so many wings. All right. So another attempt for something like bat wings, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
6 this time.
Your chicken wings, the feathers just drop off, and underneath are suddenly these beautiful leathery, thin bat wings.
Do they still smell
Very
of barbecue?
powerful.
I was going to ask how I retain
They
the
do
barbecue
still
smell.
they do still smell of barbecue.
Barbecue bat.
That's
Probably,
a different
Okay.
gene somewhere else. You're not sure where that one's coming from yet.
okay. Can I
Okay.
request genes of some new genes, please? Can I have the genes
Yes.
of like some kind of beetle with like the wings and the shell?
Okay. Sure. Any particular beetle?
A cool-looking one.
A death's head.
Okay. Death's head. The death's head's cockroach. Those are cool.
Or
Yeah.
like a Hercules beetle or something. I don't know. Something shiny.
Yeah. Something shiny. Go
Okay.
ahead,
What
roll.
about one of those
Which
gold
which
ones?
dice hasn't betrayed me? Let's go for the ruby dice. 6. Yes.
Yes! Finally, Patat! Finally! Patat actually doesn't look that changed yet. You've got these tiny wings which are now invisible because your back just kind of hardens up, and a shell suddenly encases it. And the Drosophila wings underneath actually grow and become these beautiful wings under this jeweled casing, which is the same color as Patat's fur, but it is very shiny and pretty.
Okay.
So if you wanted, you could all make your way up to the vent now.
Okay. Hooray.
That's good.
All right. With the light that is now up here, you see there's actually quite a bit of water, so whatever came through here is either sizable or there's several of them. And the trail is wetter in the direction where, coming towards the cells, it's wetter than it is further on, and it looks like whatever has come has started drying out as they come towards the cells, which isn't what you were expecting.
So has someone broken in?
So we could.
That's what it looks like.
Okay. Is it Reginar?
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Wet
probably, probably. Wet Reg. An awful name.
Don't put Reginar wall in that case.
A
If we
narwhal
meet-
wouldn't fit in these vents.
I was going to say, if we meet a narwhal in the vent, that would be beautiful.
But it's a halfling. It's like a mini narwhal because he's a halfling.
Yeah, it's a halfling narwhal. Yeah.
He was not a halfling earlier, Sam. You can't retcon your narwhal character.
Okay.
So, should we see where this trail leads?
Yeah. Can I
Well,
follow it with my nose again?
Oh yeah. You've got a great nose, and it's the vents aren't meant to be wet on the inside, so it's not hard to follow this trail. And you follow it until you come to another open grate,
Okay.
and it's looking directly down into one of the cells. But you
And are the
can't really
cells
tell from
water?
where you are. It's just water in whatever cell this is. It's just water, but you can't see any inmates. You're not sure what cell this is. You followed a bit of a winding path.
And I don't have my crab legs anymore, do I?
No, you now have millipede legs.
So I can no longer swim.
No. You can! You could, because you are still a crab, walk along the bottom of the cell floor.
True.
Wait, so am I the only aquatic one left now?
Currently,
Balthazar was never aquatic, but...
No,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I was going to ask, just out of interest, grasshopper legs. That was just my back legs.
It's
that can now be
just your
rabbit
back legs have started making music.
Okay.
As you're walking, there's just harmonica noises.
I'm not stealthy, not even remotely. And the bat wings.
Yep.
Are these anatomically accurate bat wings, or have they just erupted out of my back?
No, they have just erupted out of your back.
So my front legs are still as
You've still got front legs, yeah. You've still got front legs. They've replaced the chicken wings, which were on your back.
Yeah.
Do the creatures we request have to be extant, or can we request extinct animals?
If you're specific enough with the extinct animal, I'll let you try.
Okay. I don't actually have a
no
thing.
Fantasy creatures. I'm gonna say this right now.
I mean,
they wanted a dragon. They did not get a dragon. They got a dragonfly.
But you could have a pterodactyl.
What parts of the pterodactyl?
No, I don't want one now. I'm just thinking.
Okay. Yes, if at some point you want to become part of you, become pterodactyl, then that is an option. Yes.
Okay.
So it looks like one of the inmates has escaped, but so whoever broke in to break this person out. This just gets worse and worse.
Does the trail continue past this?
No. It's whatever happened, they went into this tank.
Okay, so do you want to stick your light in first to see if we can see anything?
Just the light. Before we do that,
over the edge, so we can see round a bit.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I'll throw my head out into the room. Does it illuminate anything under the water?
It looks like one of your average cells. It's one of the bigger cells, from what you can tell. This isn't some anemones. This is possibly a mammal of some kind. You don't see any creatures. And the cells are set up pretty standard. So this is just your standard saltwater cell.
Is there another opening out of this cell?
Yeah, like a door.
There will be a door, yes.
Okay.
Is the door open or shut?
You can't see it.
Okay, can I just hover down a bit with my beetle wings?
Yeah.
Just to... I don't want to go near the water surface, just low enough that I can see where the door would be.
Yeah, the door is... There isn't that much light, and it looks shut. But you wait just a second, and you hear a tiny creak. You think, it might be just open.
Slightly ajar.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna have to follow that. I'm gonna kind of gracefully as I can, with my big asymmetric claws and my weird millipede centaur body. I'm gonna kind of plop into the water, sink to the bottom, and walk along the bottom of the tank to get to the door.
Awesome.
Okay.
What
are the rest of you doing?
Surfaces.
So some of them can. That isn't the trait that Siri asked for.
Okay.
So they don't necessarily have the adhesive properties.
Okay.
So I would like to request new genes, please, to sticking with a mammal theme. I'd like to swim like a polar bear.
Okay. Any suggestions from the chat from other things that swim but worse than a polar bear?
In terms of mammals, a sloth.
Not just mammals. It can be other things as well.
They swim well, but just very slowly. Like a
Sam
water
and I did
snake.
see some at the Dublin Belfast Zoo. It was very cute. A dog, just like one of those like a corgi or something with tiny legs.
Oh no.
Or just like an ichthyosaurus.
A clam.
A clam.
Yes, a clam.
All right, Sam, go ahead and roll. I think we've got our
I'm going to be
options.
a clam or a polar bear. That's my
Yeah.
2 options here. 5.
Okay, your back legs, which are still making music, all of your legs just suddenly grow, and your toes become slightly webbed, and you feel so much power. You've never felt this much strength and power in your entire life.
I'm just
You now
imagining
have
that all the
Polar
legs
bear
now
legs, but they're still rabbit legs, but you have the strength of the polar bear for the swimming.
so they're not like polar bear legs to scale of a polar bear on a rabbit.
No. And Patat, are you flying?
Yeah, I'm
You're
flying.
gonna keep flying? Okay.
Well, one good roll, and I'm going to make use of it.
Balthazar, you're at the surface of the water, I assume?
Yeah, just like it's
Yeah,
there on
okay.
the top.
And
for
Siri,
me, yeah.
Siri's underwater. So Siri, you're underwater, and you suddenly hear this. And you realize, oh god, you're in the dolphin tank. And you all know well, the dolphins, this is like maximum security. All of these dolphins are war criminals, at least, if not worse.
Oh shit! Are they the ones with like that were used in Vietnam or something?
Yeah, the
These
U.S.
are
Navy
Russian-
dolphins.
U.S. Navy and Russian attack. U.S. Navy dolphins and Russian belugas.
They're literally like literal war crimes.
Literal war criminals. You're pretty sure some of these guys tortured some innocent starfish to death at some point, and you're in their tank.
I
And they
immediately,
are coming at you.
I immediately kind of look to the surface, regret the last few seconds entirely, and say, "New jeans, please!" Anything to make me bigger or more ferocious or anything.
Okay.
Like, I'm leaving it open to the chat.
Yep. Chat, please. Big, ferocious animals. Things more ferocious than a shore crab with a millipede body.
I mean, I do have the pistol shrimp hand, but it's probably not big enough to fend off even one dolphin, let alone a
there's
pod.
at least 2 in here.
Yeah.
Okay, and something, and also has to be in the water. So like that, something that could fuck up a dolphin in the water.
I mean, even if I just got much bigger, you know.
Or you could just be really toxic.
I mean,
Yeah?
if you want, but we might get banned from Twitch.
Khalil,
So
you
we've got-
weren't there on
there's something
Friday,
toxic,
but Sam and I
actually.
have a zero tolerance block policy, and you will just be removed. And we'll get someone else in to pay boom slang.
Something
Do you have a
toxic
lionfish
won't actually
option?
bother
Okay, Chris, plastic bags don't have jeans. I just want to clarify this for anyone watching. Plastic bags do not have jeans, and I don't know what Chris is talking about.
Also,
You could be a
also
lion's mane jellyfish.
Are we going toxicity or strength? These are different types of jeans.
well,
Well,
I think the one thing I don't want to be is a pufferfish because there's actually footage of dolphins chewing on pufferfish, ostensibly to
high.
get high and
Yeah.
passing it around. So
Yeah,
I'd
but look,
rather
they're
not
playing
be a
football with
prison
them or
toy,
something.
you know?
Or flip a ball, I guess.
because they've done similar things with sea sponges, haven't they, in the past? Like
Yeah.
they also like rub each other with sea sponges to get high.
Yeah. Dolphins are freaks.
I mean,
Do you want strength or do you want poison?
The cheapest option
Or
would
do
be
you
orca.
want a weapon? These are all different kinds of things that you
I've
could
got a weapon.
get, but-
I think I'd
Yes.
like to be strong, please.
Or just
Okay,
huge,
so-
so your weapon punches through dolphins.
Chat, stop suggesting things that aren't strong animals. We're looking for strong animals or big animals.
Just a
Dagmar, you've
small
lost
weapon.
control. You've lost control.
But chat's just talking about things with spines at this point.
It's about the size of a blue whale. That's it.
Well, it's dolphins, right? Do we
Yes.
It sounded like a bottlenose dolphin. I'm assuming that's what it would be.
Oh, well,
Well,
if that's
could
what the
you-
random noise app that I downloaded made, then yes, probably.
Could you look at something
manatee?
like an orca?
So we've
I mean,
okay.
we've got gorilla, manatee, and then orca
Ant.
from
An ant.
Manatees are not
ants are
ferocious,
very
are they?
strong,
It would
but
just be like poison dart frog. So you die, you take them out with you.
we already know they
Alex,
love getting
stop
high on poison.
suggesting poisonous things!
Doesn't work.
It just
Mr.
makes them
Muting
more
people soon.
keen.
I think gorilla, like gorilla ferociousness.
Alright.
Yeah, imagine a
go ahead
gorilla
and
with
roll.
scissors for one hand and a gun for the other hand.
Or just like gorilla biceps.
I think we're gonna need it.
Just like on your crab arm. Pistol
Just
gorilla.
one hench arm. I got a 5.
Okay. Okay. We've had the swole moth, now get ready for swole crab. You are still a crabapede, but you suddenly grow in size until you're about the size of an ancient sea scorpion. Which, if you don't know what those look like, go look up some artist interpretations because they're cool as shit.
And for context,
and-
roughly how big is this?
This is, like, you make tracks that are about this wide at this point.
So I'm the size of what, like a big dog?
Yeah.
Sweet.
You're the size of a big dog, and you're very strong.
And
You're,
I'm covered-
like, your crab arms just gain muscle inside of the shells.
Sweet.
His
Yeah,
shell's
you-
not
you-
bursting, because then he will die.
Does he like
Yeah.
shed like
Yeah,
crabs?
sheds
like 10
really,
times in a
really
row?
quickly.
It's just very quick shedding.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I
then
am
suddenly there
like
you
in a
are.
cartoon, you know, I'm scared out of my skin. Like,
Yeah.
"Ah," and it falls off.
Is that Popeye? I'm just.
And actually, if Balthazar still has his rapid fear response, but as soon as he heard the dolphins, he just, like, started swimming faster towards the exit.
Oh god, yeah, I keep forgetting about this rabbit fear response.
You're
So,
the
now
one who
that-
introduced it.
Now that I'm hench,
But
I'd like
Todd,
to
you're
offer-
flying. They're not really paying attention to you. They're seeing this millipede thing, and they're like, "What?" The
Okay.
Now that I'm hench,
Looks
I'd
like
to
one of the
ostenta-
prison guards, but a bit different. But we're gonna fuck him up.
Now that
Okay.
I'm hench, I'd like to ostentatiously cock my pistol hand and kind of
Yeah.
aim it at the dolphin. Be like, stay back! Stay back! I'm armed!
Go ahead and roll your dice.
Oh god.
Dolphins roll a 3. As soon as you turn to face them, one of them turns to the other and goes, "I recognize him. That's one of the guards. That's a dick crab guard. Let's eat him." And
No!
they're,
I'm scary! I'm scary!
they're moving in. What are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot one of them in the face. With
Okay,
my,
go ahead and-
with my
yeah.
pistol.
Make another roll.
Better. 3.
It is a very loud noise. And it is dark, so the dolphins are echolocating. Because you're moving around a bit to try to not have them hit you. And
Yeah, I'd say I'm backing
The
towards
no-
the door.
yeah,
Yeah.
the noise that goes off scares the shit out of everyone in this tank. And it doesn't hit either of the dolphins. But the glass behind you cracks. And water starts to seep out. And the dolphins are staying back just a bit, because they're like, "Oh fuck, he's actually got a gun."
Yeah, I cock it again and I point it at the glass and I'm like, I'm crazy,
Yeah.
I'll do it!
He has a gun and guns.
Alright, Balthazar, you and Patat have made it to the door at this point. Are you heading out?
Yeah, I'm heading out, and at this point, I want to request new jeans, please, to grow
Yes.
in size.
Okay.
So I also want to become much bigger than a rabbit. I've got my
Okay.
bear swimming. I would like to be bear size if possible.
Okay. All right. Any suggestions for things between bears and rabbits in Zai's chat? Anything you'd want to see a rabbit
badger.
turn into Zai's wise? A badger, that's a good one. A capybara,
sheep.
for example.
Yes.
A sheep.
A sheep.
A walrus.
Yes.
I think walruses aren't that much smaller than some bears, though.
They're probably
Yeah.
bigger than some bears.
Walruses get
Bunsen
really-
Burner MD. I'll take that. That's like a
Yeah.
Bernese mountain dog.
Yeah. Penguin. Hogan really wants to see some penguins at some point. Go ahead and roll, Balthazar.
Muskox.
Muskox. That's a 2.
So you know those really big Dutch rabbits?
No. I'm a Flemish.
Do grow in size, but now you are, what are they
Just a
called?
big
Dutch?
rabbit.
You're
The
just
Dutch
a really-
Flemish, right?
A Dutch Flemish, yeah, you're just a Dutch Flemish size rabbit now. You don't have any of the other Dutch Flemish qualities, though. You're not going to win any competitions.
Okay, I
I
feel
mean,
like
especially not-
I was going to say, I think that like I'm noticing my colleagues are both considerably bigger now. I think I need to match that.
Okay, go ahead and
so-
roll. We have enough suggestions in chat. Or unless
Okay.
you have something specific you're aiming for.
See, I don't want to be too big because then I might not be able to get through things. So, let's go for like a tiger.
Okay, I like it.
5.
All right. Yeah, you become really big. And you're so big that you were still flying. Your legs are in the water now because so it's a bit more drag because you're not quite out of this cage yet. But yeah, you're tiger size now.
Nice.
While this is going on, I'd like to continue kind of holding my pistol shrimp hand towards the cracked glass. I'm going to
Yes.
say to the dolphins, "Who came through here earlier? Someone came through this tank from the roof. Why is the door open? Who left? Tell me. You will respect my authority." This power has gone straight to City's head.
I need Khalil to stop talking so that Dagmar can respond because right now I'm just every time you say something I'm just start laughing more. I heard something come through her, but it was dark, so we didn't see anything, and they didn't talk to us. But it was a few of them, and they were little.
All right. At least that's something. It's better than nothing. I'll see if we can get someone round to fix the tank.
What, you gonna wuss out now?
Hey! I'm not whistling out. This is a tactical withdrawal. And I back out of the door whilst still pointing my pistol hand at them.
Alright. This is actually how cops act when in dangerous situations.
Stop resisting!
Oh god.
So are we in a corridor now that we've come out?
You're now in a corridor. Yes.
in a dry land.
Yes.
Can we see the other cells and what's in them?
So you know from your rounds, you're in the mammal bit. There's a lot of mammals here, but you're towards one end of it. So you've got the dolphins. Just across the way, there's a single manatee. And most people think that manatee's here because of some drug thing, but no one's entirely sure.
Is it Jefferson?
Jefferson.
This one's actually named Washington. But might be a distant cousin. There are further down the way, further into the mammal area, there will eventually be the otters. There are some hippos that are here as well. And then those are currently like the main mammals in this area, and beyond those are the sharks. But the other way, so from the dolphins going the other way, is the crustacean cells.
Is there a trail leading from this
Going
door?
towards the crustacean cells.
I never thought it would be one of my own kind.
What to do?
Are you following the trail?
Yes, I will use my
Yeah.
wiggly snoot to.
Again,
Correct.
there's not meant to be that much water on the floor, and there's quite a bit of water on the floor.
I know, but just I want to mention my wiggly snoot at every opportunity.
Fair. Your wiggly snoot is like in the water trail, and you're just going and following it, water spraying to all of the sides. The door to the crustacean area, it's another one of those sliding doors, but this one has been wrenched open partially. And with your combined strength at this point, one of you can wedge in and just shove it the rest of the way. It looks like it might not have closed all the way when the power went out.
So I feel like because this giant Dutch Flemish rabbit and all of this kind of
Yes.
water area, it's like starting to get really humid. So I'm just like puffing out like a big puff ball,
Yeah.
which
It
doesn't
makes
help.
me look very intimidating.
Yeah, very intimidating. It's like much bigger.
Very fluffy. Very fluffy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Oh,
are
can I hold Balthazar's light with Balthazar's permission, of course. Like under my pistol hand, like one of those like tactical flashlights,
Flashlight.
and like poke it around the corner of the door, like very like cop movie ostentatious, but like it's always tugging on Balthazar's forehead.
Does Balthazar allow this?
To be honest, at this point, I am just like, this night has gone completely the wrong direction as I was planning. So I'm just giving up and like, fine, if that's what you want to do, that's what you can do.
All right, so yeah, I'll allow it then.
We can just ride on top of the gun arm.
So as you do this, the tannoy clicks on again, but this time it's very crackly, and you just hear update. Hello? And it seems to be that the backup power is also starting to fade, and from now on your dice rolls, if you don't get a 6, it's not going to be what you want it to be.
Lovely.
You look into the room, and again, it's very dark, but this time it's not just dark because there's no light. You can see, actually, a flicker in the darkness and curling smoke everywhere. I don't know why I'm doing this. There seems to be an electrical fire, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Can I get new jeans, please?
Yes, maybe.
And I want what they called. The name of them's blanked. Those little bugs that make like a little foam nest.
Oh, cuckoo spit.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I was just to like put out the electrical fires.
I was going to ask for something similar. I was going to ask for hagfish jeans.
Oh. Okay, so one person wants bubble spit, one wants slime.
Yeah.
Balthazar, anything you want?
I'm gonna hang back and see what happens here.
Okay.
I'm too busy, like with my head to the side.
Yeah, well, I think having seen the fire, kind of, City would kind of startled and kind of let go.
Okay.
Also because he wasn't holding on strongly because he's scared of cutting it with his scissor hand.
Yes. Alright. Patat, you suddenly gain the ability. You start blowing bubbles with your mouth. Actually, no, they blow bubbles with their butts, don't they? You roll
Just like
You
pooping
roll a
on.
6!
Isn't Balthazar glad that he's standing behind?
I know. Like,
Turn
perfect.
around and
Hey,
squeeze up.
Balthazar's the one who smells the strangest, so... This barbecue sauce bat wings. Yeah, you start blowing bubbles out of your butt, and you make a little shell of bubbles covering your shell of insects.
Yeah.
Siri, go ahead. You wanted hagfish slime.
Yeah, I got a 5.
Okay.
Chris in the chat has a good suggestion, but I don't know if it's
He
too good for a
does.
5. I don't know.
So hagfish just kind of ooze out of their body. You do gain the velvet worm ability to spit slime. You can't spit it very far. Your ability to spit has not improved. So you can kind of... How does this work? Because crabs don't have tongues.
Well, because the velvet worms, they have these 2 like weird fleshy kind of
Yes, they
antennae that
do.
squirt it from the tips, right? So does it just like
Yeah.
squirt down out of
So
the
you need to take it with your
Like
with
a
your crab
ketchup
claws
bottle, but
and
it's
kind
just
of
water. Like,
you kind of need to rub it all over yourself. It's kind of like a shitty soap dispenser. So you need to like pump it a few times. You can rub it on yourself. You need to pump it a few more times. You're in like a B-class motel, but it's your
Okay.
face.
So I offer to Balthazar if he wants to come in my butt bubble shield.
Excuse me?
I don't think I'm going to take you up on that offer, Patat.
Just a normal night here at Science and Sorcery.
So can I see where the electrical fire is?
Yeah, it seems to be a light fixture that's just blown out when the power cuts, and it's sparking. Some things caught fire like in the ceiling.
So it's a
It doesn't
ceiling
look too
hydrant.
bad. It's not a lot of fire, but there's quite a bit of smoke. If you could get past this, if you like, you might get some smoke inhalation problems. But if you're covered in slime, if you're covered in butt spit, then you might be okay.
So I turn to Balthazar and say, "Slime."
Interesting. Slime or butt spit. So
I'm gonna like essentially flip a coin. 1 to 3, I'm going for bubble butt, and 4 to 6, I'm going for slime. 6 slime me up, please.
So yeah, I kind of massage the slime out of my head tendrils. Yes. I massage some slime out of my head tendrils and kind of like smooth it over your fur and kind of to protect you from the toxic acrid smoke.
I think it's actually like a really good conditioner.
Yeah, your
Just
coat
wash
is really
it
glossy.
out in half an hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So does the trail of water continue through this room?
Yes. It keeps going down the corridors. You're following the trail. You have to hold your breath for a bit for the smoke, but it's not too hot. It's not too bad. You're all covered in weird spit. And eventually you start to hear voices. And you hear them go, "Oh, well, this is just ridiculous. Can't believe they locked you up. Well, we'll have you out of here soon." You're around the corner from wherever it is you're hearing the noises.
It's them.
Balthazar, use your rabbit hearing to
Well,
get more details.
I'm now at the point where I would like to request new genes, please, to echolocate
Yes.
to figure out what's round the corner.
Okay, go ahead and roll. This is pretty straightforward.
Oh, so yeah,
It's a 6.
in the chat, what are some echolocating animals?
It was a 6.
It was
Oh.
6.
So, yeah, you gain the dolphin's ability to echolocate. Or the bat's ability. At this point, it's up to you because you rolled a 6, but also they're very similar.
I've already got
Echolocation
barbecue
kind of
bat
just
wings.
works one way. It's just make noise, sound bounces back. You hear shapes.
Well, I've already got barbecue bat wings, so I feel like I should go for dolphin.
Your breath
echolocation.
smells like barbecue too, with this echolocation. It seems to be linked to the barbecue somehow.
Somehow it sounds like barbecue.
Dolphin then. And what do I hear?
You hear something shaped. At first, you think a bit too much like Siri. But then you realize Siri is currently a weird monstrosity made up of millipede, crab, and many other things. But it's a crustacean. It's longer than a crab. It's got slightly bigger claws than most crabs. Long antennas.
Mobster.
And you realize you're around the corner from where those lobster kids got put away last week. Who got busted for all that organized crime they've been doing. It is the lobster mobsters.
Yes.
But it's not just any lobster mobsters. As you're hearing, the conversation is continuing because they haven't noticed you're there yet. Oh, I can't believe they've locked our children up. It's really a disgrace. Oh, her husbands are so useless. Oh, of course we had to come and rescue you ourselves. And you realize it's not just lobster mobsters, it's lobster momsters. Because the lobster kids' moms have come to break them out of prison. And that is the best damn sentence I've ever written in my entire life.
This is like the moment where we just all reveal that we're actually against the carceral state and we've just been like undermining it. Yeah, let them go. It'll be fine.
Well, Balthazar is not. I don't give a shit about these lobster kids. They're staying in.
And this is actually
City
a
as
good
well.
question.
City has fully kind of embraced the oppressive carceral kind of system as a way of kind of rising above the crab bucket.
This is also a question I want to ask the audience. Audience, as your role as prison wardens, should the lobster monsters be allowed to succeed in breaking their children out of prison? You get a say in this. Because what our players, or our characters, don't realize is that the backup power has failed. There is another backup power set, but that one only controls the cameras. And your bosses have been watching this whole time. And they get to decide as well, should the lobsters be allowed to succeed. Patat, where does Patat stand on the issue, though? Well, the chats can...
What were these specific lobster mobsters accused of?
So the lobsters are a well-known organized crime family. Like all organized crime people, they have not been caught for any of the actual terrible crimes they've done. None of the murders, none of the gun running, none of the smuggling, none of the, beating up poor shopkeeping anemones for protection money. They have been caught for tax evasion. And one of them, they're like 19-ish, like young adults, whatever 19 is in lobster years. Lobsters don't die from old age, so it's very confusing to know.
Yeah.
Lobsters, for those curious, die because they get so big that they can't molt properly, and then they die because their shells become too small.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they don't die of old age, they get shot by the police or something.
Also that, but only when Siri is around. One of the kids you think
Pistols
might
don't kill
actually...
people, pistol shrimp kill people.
Lobsters, not people. 1,000 years of community service is what I'm hearing from the chat. If anyone else in the chat thinks differently, there are multiple prison wardens, clearly.
Potat has complicated feelings on the carceral system, but these are shitbags. So.
Okay. So you're all against the lobster mobsters. All right. I
mean, in character, yeah.
No, no, as players, I understand we are all for prison abolition. I'm sure. Which is why I really struggled with. I'd written this whole thing, and then it was like, but do I make them prison guards? And then I decided that a prison for aquatic criminals called The Shallows is actually really funny. So yes, you are prison guards. All right, chat's voting for 1,000 years of community service.
No. Hogan, bad Hogan. Bad Hogan.
The good news is the kids haven't been convicted yet. They're in like pre-trial holding because they weren't given bail because everyone knows they're pieces of shit. So they could still get 1,000 years of community service, but you do need to stop the lobster moms.
Okay, I think we all need to get armed up for this.
Okay.
Please, by that, please tell me you mean you want arms.
Well, I was just trying to. I was talking about it in general, figurative terms of some kind of weapons, but okay. Can I request?
You don't end up with given arms.
Can I request Bombardier Beetle Blast?
Oh yes, you may.
Oh, jeez.
What does Balthazar want?
Balthazar would like to have an owl's face.
Okay.
With a big nose.
Yeah.
Do you want the beak as well?
Terrifying.
Yeah, the whole thing.
4 from Alex. Okay.
Can I request?
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead. No. Can I request something intimidating, like a peacock's tail or something, or like again, anything that the anything that the chat would think that would be helpfully intimidating.
Oh, like one of those like a death's head hawk moth with just like you've just got a skull. Oh god, we're turning into like those guys with like Punisher skulls, but it's just like
no, not that. But like whether it's like,
you've accidentally all made Proud Boys.
Oh god, no. Now we have to cancel the show.
Yeah.
So
sorry everyone, this is the last Science and Sorcery show ever.
Look, it's not as bad as when during a break at some point I randomly said that 420 shouldn't be celebrated because it's also Hitler's birthday. So, which I stand by. I stand by. Pick another date. Or
reclaim it.
20th of April, or reclaim it, I guess. Fine, whatever.
First of
all, I want to correct the chat. Bombardier Beetles, it's not a bum power. The hot noxious chemical spray, thanks Wikipedia, comes out of the tip of the abdomen, and it makes a popping sound. But because Patat didn't roll a 6, Patat does just end up with gibbon arms.
Well, that's not even thematic.
In place of your front legs. In place of your front legs, you now have gibbon arms. But you're still the same size that you were. So you're tiger's size gibbon arms, yes.
Okay, so that's pretty good.
Chat is suggesting... Hold on. Balthazar, you wanted an owl face? For what purpose?
Well, I want to eat the lobsters whole.
Okay.
Like an owl. That's my plan.
Owls
had a shit night.
Eating lobsters.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I eat lobsters.
Barbecue bat wings, famous for flying through prisons.
Especially, like how big is a giant rabbit? It's like big dog size, right?
Big, yeah.
Not big dog, but like beagle at least.
Yeah.
What did you roll, Sam?
1.
I think he just gets owl's wonky ears, so just one ear just moves up on the top of his head, and the other one's on the side still.
Which means you can excellently place things in vertical space, but
your pig snout shrinks and becomes a tiny little beak, as if you were a newborn baby owl.
It's terrifying.
And adorable.
On a giant fucking rabbit.
Oh,
Siri!
there's a great shout in the chat, which is the horned lizard, blood eye
Yes.
squirting.
If you roll a 6, I'll let you squirt blood from your eyes. There are also other
One.
suggestions in the chat.
Ah, god damn it! That's a 2.
Okay.
You stop bleeding.
Yeah, start bleeding from my eyes, but not squirting, just like horror movie style. Just
It's mixing
No,
with the
because
slime.
that's still
It's just
that's also still too scary. Remind me, Siri is currently a crab with a
a crab
millipede
with a
body.
piston shrimp hand, a millipede
Yes.
body, gorilla henchness, but like
Yes.
well, not gorilla. Sorry, not gorilla. It was an extinct like water scorpion henchness,
Yes,
so like the
yes,
size of a
yeah.
big dog,
Yeah.
and velvet worm slime extruding.
Yes, that's what it
thing.
is.
Yeah.
You
You
tried to
still need
make
to-
your eyes you tried to make your eyes squirt blood, and instead you feel the Little velvet worm thingies they just start dripping barbecue sauce into your eyes.
Balthazar.
I feel like we've got a bond, Siri. We're like,
What is it with our characters and just establishing bonds after an antagonistic start?
And they're all cops. It's so weird.
Yeah.
All right, you have your additions. Didn't know what
I'm not sure any of those really help.
All right, at this point, the lobsters are making their way back out, so they're coming your direction, and they see you
Okay.
and go, "No."
Okay.
Like,
You go.
Huh?
me.
Dagmar, you go. You
Okay,
started
Miko.
saying, didn't you?
Miko, all right. Oh, I didn't think there'd be any prison guards left at this time of night. Especially
We're
not
not
with all the... Ah, well. That just means we're gonna have to kill you, dear. And this is a big-ass lobster. Like, this one's old. Not quite a death's door yet, but sizable. And big claws.
I'm gonna say, madam, from one crustacean to another. I mean, I know it doesn't look like it, but from one crustacean to another, please, just stand down. We can put in a good word for your children with the court. Just don't make me shoot.
Balthazar just starts screaming like a baby owl. Like, proper Barno shriek.
And Patat, what are you doing?
I am going to, like, does my spit, like my butt spit, does that project off? Can I project that, or is it
No.
literally just about my person?
No, it just bubbles over you.
Okay, I'm just going to make some bubble armor.
What is this? Some kind of clown parade?
No, we're
You're
very
meant to be
serious
a
professionals.
crustacean. I always knew cops couldn't be trusted. You smell like barbecue sauce.
It's a long
Can't even
story,
do-
okay?
Eating on the job, you don't even care. Our children could have been murdered in there.
By whom? The whole point of a cell is that they stay in one place, unless people like you break the system of justice that keeps us all safe. I got out of the bucket to escape people like you, and I'm never going back.
Oh dear. An idealist. Oh, nice. Balthazar, your new jeans. What would you like?
Now that I can't actually like swallow anything whole as a baby owl, I'd like to like get the chat can decide obviously on what else it could be, but I'd like a narwhal horn to skewer them.
Okay. Narwhal horn. Give me some other suggestions for things that Balthazar, the giant rabbit, could receive.
You can have a stingray tail.
Stingray tail.
Stingray tail. That works.
Or maybe like stag beetle mandibles, like like a thing you use to
Oh.
crack open crab.
a
Or
nutcracker.
yeah.
Or like a scorpion tail.
So, fun fact about scorpions, because of the way their tail points, if you light a fire around a scorpion, they'll stab themselves in the back to kill themselves. Why are you shaking your
What?
head, Sam?
What?
Whoa, unpack that. What? Why do they commit suicide when surrounded by fire?
Because they know they're gonna die from the fire. This might not be all scorpion types, but at least one type of scorpion that lives in Kenya does this.
I like the idea that this was just literally just like one scorpion that just had like real phobias.
No, I saw it happen on a school trip in Kenya, because that's the kind of things our guides were showing us on our nature walk. Found a scorpion, lit a fire.
Wow.
That seems like some sort of like offering to a god that's happened, like a circle fire.
Scorpion harakiri inside of the fire. Like, yeah.
But how many lobster moms are there?
There are 3. And
Okay.
there are 5 lobster children. So there's 8 lobsters you're facing down. You are much bigger than these lobsters.
So are they just regular lobsters?
Yeah, they're just regular lobsters.
And I'm the size of a
Sam,
tiger.
Yes. Sam, go ahead.
It is a 6 this time. So, narwhal.
Yeah, sorry, there's this I'm suddenly hearing a beeping noise. I'm just slightly concerned. Don't know where that's coming from. I'm sure it's fine. Sam, Balthazar grows. This is weird because Balthazar doesn't have teeth anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Because Balthazar has an owl beak. But this beeping's really distracting. Just from above the beak, suddenly a horn sprouts out from basically between where Balthazar's eyes are at this point. As one of Balthazar's wisdom teeth. I don't know if rabbits have wisdom teeth. Just bursts out of front of your skull and forms a narwhal tooth.
I'd completely forgotten that it was a tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like,
Yes.
why? What is happening to
That
the
was
knife?
me trying to work out how is this gonna work mechanically and also getting really distracting by wherever the fuck that beeping's coming from. I think it was a car outside, which means it was really loud because my window's closed.
Okay. So do I still have this owl beak? But
Yes. But there's a
Slight-
massive horn in front of it now.
okay.
Okay, I've just realised a thing. So Desmonds eat crayfish, and I'm now a Desmond the size of a tiger. So
I didn't know that. What would you like to do with this information, Patat?
I would like to tell you one thing. When I was small, I loved to eat the crayfish. I'm turning into whatever accent that the Italian kind of. It's a me. Potat.
I like to think Patat's main character trait is that he's got a secret identity and he's not actually European.
Yeah.
He's just making up
Actually,
accents.
my accent's like this. So, I would like to tell you one thing. I love to eat crayfish. Now, I am the size of a tiger, and you are but small lobsters. Do you really want to make me hungry? You won't like me when I'm hungry.
All right, Balthazar, Siri, what are you both doing at this time?
I'm
I reckon-
running. Oh no! On you go, Siri.
Well, I was just gonna say I'm just still kind of brandishing my kind of
Okay.
pistol hand because like Siri is a bastard, but is also like not a monster,
Yeah. Are you aiming at one of the moms or at one of the kids?
One of the mums, and bastard, not
Okay.
a monster. Yeah.
Yeah. Just checking. Just checking. The kids are the ones who are in prison for crime, so it's,
Yeah, but the mums are the ones who are currently doing a crime.
yes. I mean, technically they all are, but yes, I understand.
Yeah.
Sam.
Balthazar, with the thoughts of the salad at home, the smell of barbecue sauce, and like a desire to leave. Wants to create a kebab like for the barbecue. So starts running as fast as a giant Flemish rabbit can towards the nearest of the lobster monsters to skewer on one of the on his narwhal tooth.
Okay. As you start doing this, and as Patat is gazing down the lobsters hungrily, and Siri is wavering but not backing down, the lobster moms realize, oh no, this was a bad idea. These guys are gonna fuck us up. And they all scramble as fast as they can to get back into the lobster cage, and slam the gate shut. And it's not a very big cage, and at this point you're all too big to get into it. But you have successfully corralled all the lobster mobsters and their lobster monsters. And eventually the power returns. And your bosses, the prison wardens, come down, and they don't congratulate you because you did cause quite a bit of property damage. Especially to the maximum security dolphin tank, which they're gonna have to move those dolphins out somewhere else, and it's gonna be a real problem because people keep trying to assassinate them for the war crimes they did, and there's not really a nearby facility, and
we could just let them
make
do
their
it.
lives so difficult. But you all get to go home. And you get a few days off because it looks like you've been through quite a lot. You might need to take some medical leave to sort out whatever the fuck is going on with your bodies. And
Yeah,
that,
this
folks,
doesn't seem like a very safe workplace.
and that, folks, is what we do in the shallows. Lobster notebook.
Woo!
There's a theme of lobsters in science and sorcery, and I enjoy that this is the notebook that I bought for science and sorcery stuff before the first lobster was even a part of it.
I like to think that instead of handcuffs, the lobsters have tape around their claws.
Yes.
Or elastic bands.
I can't believe with all those low rolls we made it through.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna let you fail.
So, what were your final
you might have
chimeras?
failed in that the lobsters might have escaped. But I wasn't gonna let you actively die unless you did something that was gonna
I mean, it was pure
actually
fluke
make you die.
of like being a lobster eating thing the size of a tiger was.
Yes. Yes.
That wasn't specifically a plan.
Yes.
So, what was the final chimeras that we all came up with? What were your final combinations of traits?
Where's my document gone?
So
I
I was.
So, a Pyrenean Desmond with like extra beefy jaws, which I forgot about and would have also been useful in chomping through their shells.
Oh yeah.
A shiny bronze beetle's abdomen, slimy feet, the size of a tiger with cuckoo spit butt and gibbon arms.
I was a silly little swimming crab with a pistol shrimp hand, millipede centaur body and legs, with the kind of size and robustness of an extinct sea scorpion, and velvet worm slime extruders that were also leaking barbecue sauce.
I was a Dutch Flemish rabbit with an anglerfish light, a baby owl's beak, and a narwhal's tooth. I had barbecue smelling bat wings. My back legs made harmonica noises. I could swim like a polar bear and echolocate like a dolphin. I was like, yeah, madness.
I mean, aesthetically, I think I came out best out of that.
I think you might have. Yeah.
Oh, didn't you have gibbon arms as well? Did you mention that, Alex?
Yeah, Patat did have gibbon arms in the end. Thankfully, workman's comp does mean you can get the necessary surgeries required to make your body make some sort of sense and maybe remove the barbecue smells. Maybe not. we'll see.
Does that mean there's just like a special barbecue gland?
Yes.
Yeah, barbecue chicken is
Trust me,
actually
Alex.
a different animal to normal chicken.
Trust me, I almost have a PhD, and they definitely will still give me one after people watch this. No, I hope everyone watching did enjoy that. I believe Shamini is working to get a version of the rules for this up on the RPGeeks website at some point, which means you'll be able to play this with your friends at home. You can do it without an audience. That works fine. And yeah, it's lots of fun, so definitely do play it with people. I hope you learned some things about animals, probably more than you did normally in one of our shows.
Yeah, there's a bit more science in there than usual.
The rate you get through animals in this is
very,
you get to put a lot more in.
Yeah. Although clearly our audience needs some help with listening comprehension, given that every time you ask for a specific trait, they would just start suggesting other things.
Penguin!
That also maybe work. Maybe next time we play this, there will be penguins.
Or we just start as penguins.
Or you will start as we'll write an RPG where everyone's a penguin. On that note, if you want to...
I was going to say the number one rule of streaming, Dagmar, insult your audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I insult my coworkers. I'm moving on to insulting the audience, Sam. It was bound to happen at some point.
I mean, at least you're an equal opportunities hater, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. I will at some point fire the audience. I was gonna say something else, and now I can't remember what it is. Oh yeah, on the topic of all penguins, if you want to play an RPG where everyone's a sheep and you have to break Dolly the sheep out of prison, Sam and I wrote that. It's called Hello Dolly. It is currently up on Patreon. £3 minimum will get you access to all of our future TTRPG content. So if you want to support us, support the show, make sure we can one day eventually pay Alex for all of the art that they do, and Sam for all the producing that they do, and that I mess up now that I also have access to all the tools. Yeah, support us on Patreon, and if you don't, you'll still get this content, but it'll just be a little bit later than otherwise. We also have a bingo game, which we came up with, which will be best for the D&D games, but might be useful for next week's Legend of the Flaming Heteros interlude, because some of these things are bound to come up. Next week, Reginar, Dream, and Boomslang are teaming up to defeat the Organ Man.
Yes.
And if you want to know what that's about, you're just going to have to tune in. Is it going to be DM'd, Alex, or is it mostly going to be just random tables? You'll be there to oversee?
I haven't decided exactly how much, but it'll be less DM'd than usual, but not entirely undM'd,
Cool.
I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
I'm
just
gonna be
enough
in
to stop us
Sweden,
introducing
so-
rogue bits of canon.
Or just
No,
to encourage
please
you
do.
to introduce more. I don't know.
Alex, I will be instilling Alex with my ability to fire people should it get too weird, such as, for example, tonight, Khalil making out with his dice before rolling it. That was upsetting. But no, I will be away, so you'll have to put up with this lot and Jazz, who isn't gonna make it any better. Let's be real, the chaos levels will only increase, but it should be a lot of fun. I do look forward to watching it.
I do
and if you
like that out of
haven't-
that group, you're the most sensible. Out of
seem
this
to
group,
be,
you are
yeah.
the most sensible. Yeah.
Yeah. It's concerning. If you haven't donated to the fundraiser for July, that's the month we're in, I haven't donated the money to the Center for Biological Diversity yet, so if you want to be in with a chance to win that postcard set, you can go to our Ko-fi right now and just give us like £1, and you'll be in with a chance to win some cool things. And Timo, I think you owe us a donation at some point when your PayPal works, because you did promise Jax one. But that will be it for tonight and for this week, and hopefully see you all again very soon. Thank you all for watching, and good night. Don't dream of any of the creatures you saw tonight.